Hello, welcome to my channel, A Bless the Budget. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you're notified that I am budgeting. Before I get started, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to budget with me and support me during this financial journey as I navigate through how to make my money stretch through the month. And to all of my viewers, I hope after this video, you will consider subscribing.
Vibes on vibes, I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle lights. You know I'm just that type. No, them no fit kill my vibe. Them no fit kill my vibe. Them no fit kill. Them no fit kill. Them no fit kill my eyes. Man said, follow the stars. Yeah, you shall find her. It's a bad vibe. If you hit your enemies shine. If you're not a friend of me, enter the light. Cause you can never kill my vibe. But there is no sacrifices. Everything was taken. You have to make it. Vibe killer. Me and no go take shit.
Okay, welcome back to my channel, you guys. I am running late. Like, we have to close out week 3, set up week 4, and close out week 4 of April, and close out the whole month of April. So this video might be a little long, but I'm gonna try to keep it to a minimum, like 20 minutes at the max. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So like I said, I am running behind. We are looking at week 3 of April, our paycheck budget tracker. It is like May 2nd right now, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So for the week 3 of April, we rolled over $519.23. For account 2, we rolled over $586.10. Source number 4 came in at $60. So altogether, our inflow total was $1,165.33. The bills that we have to pay for week 3 of April was the way at $10. The car insurance was $250.66. Disney Plus was $7.99. Apple Care for my iPhone was $13.49. Google Storage was $1.99. Half of my car notes was $160. Pandora was $5.99. Amazon Prime was $7.60. Apple Stores did not clear week 3, so of course we're gonna have to put that on week 4. And the forward payment was $274.37. So altogether, our fixed expense total for week 3 was $732.09. That gave us a leftover of $433.24. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and move down to our variable expenses for week 3. So we did have a leftover of $433.24. I did put gas in the car, and that was $59.04. Household got $37.98. Food out got nothing. Me, I didn't get nothing. Daughter didn't get nothing. Son did not get nothing. Miscellaneous did get $46. Car wash, car accessories, we spent $40. And school, I did have to go to campus, and that was $6. So altogether, our variable expense total for week 3 of April was $189.02. So that gave us a leftover of $244.22. So we just go ahead and move over here to our extra savings. So for account 1, we rolled over $84.86. And for account 2, we are rolling over $159.36. So altogether, our savings total for week 3 was $244.22. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and look at week 3. I am going to do the budgeted side versus the actual side. Okay, so for week 4, we did some things. Week 4, I have exciting news, so I'm going to let you guys know the exciting news as I'm going along this paycheck budget tracker. Okay, so this paycheck budget tracker for April is week 4. That's the last week of April for me. So that week ran from the 21st through the 30th. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our inflow section. So for inflow, our count number 1, we budgeted $84.86, and that's exactly what rolled over. For account 2, we budgeted $159.36 to roll over, and that's exactly what happened. Gifts and holidays, I budgeted $70, but I did not bring in that $70 from my gifts and holidays. Emergency, I did not budget for emergency, but we did put $1,775 in for emergency, and I will let you guys know why we did this. So source number 4, I budgeted 0, and that actually was $50. So for the budgeted side, we only budgeted our inflow to be $314.22, but actually our inflow for week 4 was $2,069.22. So the way during the 21st, I budgeted 20. We did spend 20. Renter's insurance, we budgeted $24.07, and that's exactly what happened. Apple storage, I budgeted from last week because it did not come out last week, so therefore I budgeted for it to come out this week, and that's exactly what happened. So altogether, our fixed expense total for budgeted side was $47.06, and that's exactly what our fixed expense total was, $47.06. So for the budgeted side, we budgeted to have $267.16 left over, but in reality, we had $2,022.16 left over. Okay, so for week 4, our variable expenses. So for gas, we budgeted $60. We spent $58.91. Household, we budgeted 0. We did not spend nothing in household. Food out, we budgeted 0, but I actually spent $6.68. Me, I budgeted $27, but I actually spent $26.06. Daughter, I did not budget her nothing. She did not get nothing. I did budget my son $70 from the gifts and holidays section, but even though I did not bring that money over, source number 4 covered this, which was $47.45. His birthday was on the 22nd of April. So yeah. Miscellaneous, I did not budget nothing to come out miscellaneous for week 4, but we did spend $7.76. Car wash, car accessories got 0, school got 0, budget 0, 0. So our variable expense total that we budgeted was $157, but in reality it was $146.86. So we had a leftover of $110.16. That's what we budgeted to have a leftover of, but in reality we had a leftover of $1,875.30. Okay, so now you guys, here comes the exciting news. OMG, OMG. As you guys can all see, I have something put in the extra debt section. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so exciting. Okay, so we had budgeted $110.16 to roll over, but as you all can see, I did make an extra payment to my Equinox. So I called my finance company and they gave me a 10-day payoff quote, and this was the payoff quote: $1,774.75. And you guys know what? I was like, okay, I got that in my emergency. Let me go ahead and just take that out and pay off my car. Exciting. So I did pay off my truck. Oh my gosh, I'm saving about $320 a month just by doing that. So I was like, it's worth it. It's worth it. So I pulled from my emergency to pay off my truck. So I am waiting in the mail to get my title to my truck. So I am done with that car payment. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. Like, even though I haven't felt the effect of it yet, but I just know that that car payment is gone. No more. So we only have one more car payment, and that's for the Ford. So I'll get into how much we owe on the Ford and things like that. But you guys, so the payoff quote was $1,774.75. I went ahead and took that out of my emergency because I was like, yeah, this is an emergency. I think this is an emergency. I don't want to save. I don't want to pay no car note in May. So I went ahead and paid off my car, and that's why we pulled from our emergency. So I am very excited. May, I won't have a $320 car payment. I just only have one car payment, and we are working on that, and hopefully this year that car will be paid off as well. So we went ahead and paid $1,775 towards our extra debt. So that left us with $100.55. So we're gonna go ahead and get down here to our extra savings. So these are May starting balances. So when we budgeted $110.16 to roll over to May. Account number 1, we had budgeted $60.79 to roll over to May, but in reality, $63.34 rolled over to May. And for account 2, we had budgeted $49.37 to roll over to May, but in reality, $37.21 rolled over to May. So altogether, we had budgeted $110.16 to roll over to May, but in reality, we only rolled over $100.55 to May. You guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Now I'm about to see like how I am going to be able to, what I'm going to do with this extra money as far as like putting it away towards sinking funds, because that's exactly what I need to start doing, because we're almost like in the middle of the year and I've been slacking on my savings. The last time I saved something was in January and it's already May, so I gotta catch up on my sinking funds and my savings. And that $320, some of it will be going to savings. So it is so exciting to know that that car payment is out the way and we are going to be moving forward. So now that's over, we're going to go ahead and close out the whole month of April. Okay, so now we are looking at our April debt payment plan. So like I said, we paid off the Equinox and the Ford is the only payment that's due, and that balance is $6,163.37. That is all the debt that we have right now. Like I said, I do have student loans, but I am not going to be worried about those right now. That's a different story for a different day. So anyways, right now my debt balance is $6,163.37. So, like I did state previously, our extra debt payment was to the Equinox for $1,774.75, and I did pay that April 25th. So altogether, our total debt payments this month, minimum plus extra, was $2,369.12. So we're going to go ahead and look at our monthly debt progress, the monthly side. Okay, so last month in March, our debt balance was $8,788.64. This month, our total debt balance is just the Ford at $6,163.37. Our total debt monthly progress was $2,625.27. So our total debt monthly progress was 12%. So that is positive. So for the overall debt progress, total debt that we started with in 2022 was $23,170.40. This month, our total debt balance was $6,163.37. Our overall debt progress is $17,007.03. That means we done paid off $17,000 worth of debt. OMG, you guys. It just seems so unreal. But then I'm looking at the numbers saying, yeah, it is real. So our overall debt progress, we're at 74%, you guys. Almost done. This will be at 100% one day. 100% we done paid off overall all of our debt. So this page do speak a lot to me. So that's why I like to keep up with my expenses, because if I wasn't budgeting, I wouldn't have known, the percentage of how much we done paid off and what we still need to pay off. It's just you keep up that way. So this page do help me keep up a lot. So now we are going to go ahead and move over to our where did my money go for April monthly debt savings breakdown. So this page, we're going to go ahead and look at the debt, because as you can see, nothing's going on with the savings. So for our debt, our total monthly inflow was $4,357.23. Our monthly debt payoff was $2,369.12. So that percent of inflow that went to debt was 54%. Over half of the inflow went to debt. So the debt category. So the Equinox got $2,094.75. And that was 88% of our category to debt, our Equinox And the Ford, we paid $274.37, and that was 12% of this $2,369.12. So as you can see, our total monthly income was only $2,098.67. We did not put nothing away for savings, so we were going to start saving in May. I'm putting something away in May. Okay, so the next page is where did my money go for everything, everywhere. Okay, so like I said, I'm trying to keep this video underneath 20 minutes, so I'm kind of like rushing through it real quick. We have April monthly budget category breakdown. So this is the categories that I have, and this is the breakdown of these categories. Our starting balance for April was $238.63. That's both accounts together. Our earned income was $837. Our other income was $1,023.04. Savings used. We did use a lot of savings. We used $2,258.56. So altogether, our total monthly inflow was $4,357.23. Our rent, we had no difference there. Utilities, we were under budget by $118.27. Rent, we spent $169. Utilities, we spent $181.73. I know I had a $300 monthly budget, but I am going to keep that at $300 because we are coming into the summer months. So I just want to keep my utilities up high so I won't be, sidetracked or like unaware, surprised when that electricity bill come in when we're running our AC. But I am going to be bumping it up probably to $450 starting in June because of the electric bill. Because I'm not going to be sitting in my home sweating. I refuse that. For insurance, we spent $323.02. We were under budget. I need to go ahead and mark that right there. Let me see if I can find the right green. I do keep all my highlighters in this pouch, and I do have them labeled. Let me see. So this, we were under budget. Okay. There. For monthly subscriptions, we only spent $81.51. We were under budget by $70.49. We had no yearly subscriptions come out. The next time we have a yearly subscription will be in August. Debt, we spent $2,369.12. So that we were over budget there by over $1,000. Gas, we spent $176.92. Gas is going back up in Southern California. Gas is $5 a gallon, over $5 a gallon, because I use the mid-grade. I use the middle one. So it's over $5. And for I'm not traveling much, so that's probably why too. But I am going to keep it at $250 because summer months is coming, and I am going to be trying to get out the house a little more as far as going to water parks and theme parks and, things like that, beaches and visiting family members during the summer. So, yeah, I'm going to keep that at $250 just to see how that goes. And then, yeah. Household, we spent $196.28, and we were over budget by $46.28. Food out, I budgeted $120, but we spent $6.68, which is very, very good. Like I said, I'm not using my checking account to go out to eat. I'm using another form of payment to eat out. And it do not affect my checking account, so that's why. Only the time I ate out was one time with my checking account, and that was for $6.68. I budgeted me $100, but I spent $185.08, so we're over budget. Daughter, she spent $52.87. She was over budget. Son, he spent $65.92, so he was over budget. Miscellaneous, we was over budget by $199.79. So we were, we spent $199.79. We were over budget by $69.79. So hopefully in May I won't be over budget like that anymore. There is some things that I am going to be adding to my miscellaneous, so I am going to be accounting for that in May. School, we were on budget for school. Savings deposit, we were on budget. Tithing, I paid $50 this month, and we were over budget by 10. Car wash / car accessories, we spent $40, so we were over budget. And savings spent, we spent $146.76, and we were under budget there. So the total, this all added up to $4,357.23, and that was our total monthly inflow, minus the $100.55 that we are starting with May. So, yeah, this is a look at where my money went towards all these categories. And as you guys can see, the percentages are here. So rent 4%, utilities 4%. As you can see, debt is always the highest percent. Now that I paid off a car, I'm trying to see how that's going to go down. That percentage of monthly inflow to debt is going to go down. Now I'm looking at to see what is the next highest category that we're spending our money in. So, yeah, this is a look at April's monthly category breakdown and what we did with our money in April. So we are going to go ahead and just do the comparison, monthly comparison sheet. So we did have a monthly inflow change. It did increase by $1,488.36. That's because I brought in savings. So as you guys can see, I'm sorry, I'm drinking coffee. As you guys can see, these are my budget categories and what we spent in March versus April and these changes. So the change means what we spent, I'm thinking versus April. So we spent more in April than we did in March in rent. We spent less in April than we did March for utilities, because the phone bills were due in March, and that's $300 for our phone bill. So, and I know June is our next payment, so I'm gonna have to budget for our phone bills in June, and not to forget to add them in the budget. So things like that. We were on track with insurance. It was the same as March and April, so that's good to know that that's staying the same for insurance, because insurance is going up. A lot of people are paying more for insurance, car insurance, life insurance, phone insurance, all types of insurance. Monthly subscriptions. I did add YouTube TV to my monthly subscription, when really it's a utility to me, because that replaced my cable. So that's why that was $188.50. So that's why it went down by over $100. Yearly subscription, we're right on track. Debt, we spent more in April. Gas, we spent less in April. As you can see, from March to April, we spent less. Household, we spent more in April. Food out, we spent less in April. Me, I spent more in April than last month. Daughter spent more in April. Son spent more in April. Miscellaneous got more in April than March. March was only $35, so we almost spent $200 in unbudgeted stuff. We did have events. Like I said, we went to a boat party that kind of was not like budgeted. Things like that. School, we spent more in April. Savings deposit was boo-boo. It was trash. Tithing, we spent more in April. Car wash, we spent more in April. Savings deposit, we spent more in April than we did March. So that is a look at our April budget closeout. We're done with April. Now we are going to go ahead and start in May. So I would like to thank you all so much for budgeting with me today. And I hope to see you guys in the next video, which is May setup. Until then, you guys, be careful, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.
You have to make it. Vibe killer, me and no go take shit.